What's up, y'all? This your man Alex, and I see everybody's doing a top 10 or top 5 list of their favorite movies of 2011. So I'm gonna do mine. What I'm gonna do is just a top 5 because I don't want a video. I don't want this video to drag on to be like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna just leave it with 5, and I'm gonna mention a couple other movies. Um, I didn't get to see a lot of movies this year. Like I never got to see Thor. I own it, but I still haven't watched it. Bunch of other movies, but before I get into the top 5, I got my list here. Before I get into the top 5, I wanna mention a movie that I thought was overrated, a movie that I thought was underrated, and a movie that I should have saw but never did. The movie that I should have saw this year and never did is Hobo with a Shotgun. Still haven't seen it yet. I hear nothing but good things about it. I think I've only heard like one person um, say that they didn't like it, that they thought it was boring. But Hobo with a Shotgun, a movie that I should have saw this year and haven't. A movie that I thought was underrated, that I heard a lot of people talk bad about, but when I watched it, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. Was Battle Los Angeles. Um, this movie, a friend of mine described this movie as being Call of Duty, Call of Duty mixed with Independence Day, and yeah, that's how I describe it. I thought it was entertaining. I enjoyed it a lot, and before I even seen the movie, I heard a lot of people saying that it was crap and whatever. But I enjoyed Battle Los Angeles, and I think it's underrated. Now, for a movie that I thought was overrated, I didn't think it was bad, but I think it got a little bit too much praise. I don't know, maybe just me because my taste is different than other people. Was Drive with Ryan Gosling. Oh my goodness. The beginning of the movie, the opening scene of the movie I thought was really good. And after the opening scene and the opening credits, the movie was just different. I mean, it wasn't like the opening at all. And I don't know. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of videos and read a lot of comments where people talking about this is the greatest movie of the year and the greatest movie in the last 5 years, and this movie is part of my top 3 favorite movies of all time, and I guess if you like that type of stuff, but for me, it just didn't do anything. Uh, when me and my wife saw this movie in the theater, we were laughing because Ryan Gosling's character is this character that doesn't really talk that much, and I understand that's part of his character, but there were so many times in the movie when somebody would ask him a question or say something to him, and he would just sit there and not say anything, and we were in the theater like counting how many times he did this, and we would just bust out laughing every time he did it, and it was just funny to us. You know, it was comedic, and I don't know. We just thought the movie was funny, man. Drive, I thought, was a little overrated. And I want to mention the movie that I enjoyed. That's not part of the top 5. It would be part of a top 10, but it's not in the top 5. And that movie is Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone. Um, I seen this in the theater, and I was surprised. I really liked it. I thought the movie had a lot of heart. It had Steve Carell's going through a divorce, and um, his son has a crush on the babysitter, and the babysitter has a crush on Steve Carell, and Ryan Gosling is this like player dude who tries to get Steve Carell's uh, tries to get his life back together through from the effects of him going through a divorce and stuff like that. I thought the movie was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was funny. Now for the top 5, movies, my top five. My top five. A lot of people won't agree, but this is my list. And if you don't like it, make your own. Number five, I gotta go with Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I just seen this movie a couple days ago, and I thought it was really good. Um, I don't know too much about the Planet of the Apes universe. I seen the Mark Wahlberg. I think that was no, that's not the first Planet of the Apes I ever saw. I just seen that one and the original Charlton Heston one. I think it might have had a TV show or something. I don't know. I don't really know too much about Planet of the Apes, but I really enjoyed this one. And Andy Serkis is awesome with his motion capture stuff, and probably should get more credit than what he does, for stuff. And really good movie, Rise of Planet of the Apes. Number four, I gotta go with Fright Night. What? Fright Night? How dare you had that in the top five list? That movie was terrible. Uh, I enjoy Fright Night a lot. I haven't seen a really good vampire movie in a long time. I like Stakeland, but I'm more into the traditional vampires. The vampire that looks like a normal person, that can talk, that's intelligent, uh, uh, who's really a monster but disguises it by looking like a normal person. That's what I'm into. Stakeland was more of like a zombie vampire. I like the movie, but that type of vampire is not really what I'm into. A lot of people hated it just because it was a remake. I enjoyed it a lot. It's been a long time since I've seen a good vampire. I mean, it followed the rules. Everybody talked about how David Tennant did a great job. This is the very first time I ever seen him in anything. I don't watch Doctor Who or whatever. This is the very first time I ever saw him. A lot of people complain about Friday Night. Like, I didn't like Colin Farrell as Jerry Dandridge. I didn't like Anton Yelchin as Charlie Brewster. Chris Sarandon is the only Jerry Dandridge, and William Rasdale is the only Charlie Brewster. Sometimes you just gotta fight real hard to erase that from your brain while you watch a movie in order to enjoy it. A lot of people can't. A lot of people can't get over the fact that this was a movie that was made already back in the 80s, a classic movie. I enjoyed it. Number three is Insidious. Um, I seen this in the theater, and I had a great time with this movie. It was fun being in the theater where all these people were jumping. I thought it had really good jump scares, and I don't like jump scares really because the way they do them in movies are just, I don't know, they're just cheap, really cheap, and I don't know, I just don't like them. But I thought this movie had really good jump scares in it, and some people didn't like the movie. A lot of people liked it, and I was one of the people that liked it. And Insidious, that's my number three movie. Number two is a movie that everybody hated, and that is Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch, how could dare you have that above Rise of the Planet of the Apes? How dare you? That's terrible. Uh, I really enjoyed Sucker Punch. When I got it on Blu-ray, I watched it a lot of times. Um, I did an 8-part review on the movie. I just really liked it. I liked everything from the effects to the girls, to the fight scene, to the way the movie looked. I liked the movie a lot, and the movie, I felt like it got bashed way too hard, and the very last comment that I ever read about that movie was on a tribute video somebody made, and somebody wrote a comment saying that all Sucker Punch was a big budget rape fantasy, a big budget rape fantasy. But I enjoyed it a lot. I thought Emily Browning was just beautiful looking in the movie, and Sucker Punch. Now, for my number one favorite movie of 2011, that has to go to X-Men First Class. I really thought this was a good movie, man, and I love dude as Magneto. I love dude as Professor Xavier. Even Kevin Bacon as a villain, I really like the music. I liked everything about this movie. The special effects. I like the story. Um, I even seen videos where people was dogging this movie, and oh, the movie was crap because Professor Xavier had hair. He doesn't have hair. He's bald. Somebody really said that. But probably the only thing I thought was funny about it was I thought Beast looked kind of silly for some. I don't know. Something about Beast looked kind of funny. I don't know if it's just me, but he just looked kind of silly. But I enjoyed the movie a lot. The movie could have been called X-Men Origins Magneto. I mean, that dude was awesome in the movie, and the scene where he's in that bar or whatever, and he takes out those guys, and then the scene at the end where he's like, I'm gonna count to three, and then I'm gonna move this coin. I thought that was awesome. The dude was awesome in that movie, man. And that's my number one movie of 2011. And 2012 got a few movies that I can't wait to see, like The Hobbit, Prometheus, Dark Knight Rises. I can't think of any others. Anyway, that's my top 5 list. Some people may not agree with some of them on there, but like I said, this is my list. So, thanks for watching if you watched, and see you in the next video. Can you say an 80s slasher?